Hi everyone! Today I have a video blog for you on the 5 golden rules of e-payments. And this was spurred by the news, or rather the leaked information, that Google will launch a debit card sometime in the next year. And this is very interesting because then it would allow far greater usage of its Google Pay app in physical locations with a physical card. So this comes also at a time when Apple has announced that it will have a credit card launched, which would go with its native iOS app. Although this will really impact physical payments, it is very much wrapped up in this world of e-payments and the existing usage of Google Pay. So we have a list of 5 golden rules of e-payments for you today. So first is that e-payments are actually not the most secure way of executing a transaction. It's still PTS devices according to the PCI security standards. These devices have the lowest threat when executing a transaction. So this is relevant because Google Pay will now be able to facilitate many more transactions with physical devices in shops with merchants who have such a PTS device. Next, regardless of if an e-commerce merchant outsources their payment services or not, there is still always the risk that the payment information could be compromised from that merchant's own page. So this can happen when malicious actors enter in and interrupt how a customer is redirected from the e-commerce page to the payment page, or perhaps setting up a false page where that user could input their own information. So always practice good cyber health. This is golden rule number 2. Third is to tokenize or encrypt any payment data that must be kept or stored. This makes it useless if that data is ever compromised. So that's a huge incentive to protect your own corporate health and, of course, the safety and privacy of your users. So fourth is to put security measures in place like 3D Secure protocol. And banks will be much more likely to participate in transactions when a card is not present if there are additional layers of security in place. And so as we see that technology companies are transforming to become fintechs and offer financial services, the roles that each of these different institutions of banks and e-commerce, of tech providers, their roles will start to become intermingled and change. And so we can also keep our eyes open for more security supports which come that reflect these changing roles. So the 5th and final golden rule for e-payments is to remember that more data equals more risks. So the PCI data standard is important and required guidance, which will help you both protect your end user and your own corporate health against a breach. And if you pause to think on the companies who are releasing such payment cards to go with their payment apps, they are tech giants that have reinvented the customer experience based on data insights. So you can imagine the data collection potential that would come from these products. So be prudent when interacting and accepting and transferring payments through these products, and inform yourself on the way data is being used. So that concludes the 5 golden rules of e-payments, and I encourage you to check out more information that we have on the PSD2, on the way that emerging technologies are impacting different industries, such as the financial industry. You can find all of that at KC+. Thanks, bye.